RuneScape Dragonwilds just dropped its biggest update yet, the last major one before it leaves early access. So it's a good time to ask a simple question. Is it actually worth your time now? Because at launch, it was decent, but it didn't really stand out. It had the RuneScape name, the skills, the dragons, but a lot of people felt that was surface level, and underneath it was a pretty standard survival game. There wasn't much to do once you'd seen it. Decent, but nothing special. A lot has changed since then, though. Start with combat. At launch, it was pretty much just melee. Magic came a few months later, then ranged after that. So now you've got all three styles to play with, and it made fights feel a lot less one note. December gave us the first big one, Fell Hollow. A new area tied to death, way darker than the starting zone, with a new dragon boss and a mount to ride around on. It was the first update that actually gave you somewhere new worth going. They added dedicated servers too. Before that, playing with friends was a pain. Someone had to host, and if they dropped, you were done. Now, there are proper servers, so co-op actually works. March brought Doubt and Reach, a Zamorakian fortress, Black Knights, Blue Dragons, and a new gear tier in Mithril. They pushed the level cap to 99, the proper RuneScape number, and made runecrafting about 10 times faster. If that grind was one of the reasons you stopped playing, this was a real step in the right direction. And now, Umbral Sands, the biggest area yet. A full desert, a new dragon boss called Fuzan you fight your way to through the fight cave, 8 new weapon types, and another step up in gear. So yeah, a lot of new content, which it badly needed, but there was more than that. On the quality of life side, they've chipped away at a lot of the friction. The big one for me is crafting straight from your chests. As long as your storage is nearby, you don't have to dig through it and carry everything on you just to build something. Anyone who plays survival games knows how much time that saves. On top of that, auto sprint, items that pull toward you, faster mount summons, bigger stacks, and smoother jumping and climbing. They even stop the chickens and cows from attacking you for no reason. None of it's flashy, but it's the stuff that makes you actually want to keep playing. Controller support is the other big one. At launch, it was bad, full stop. It barely worked on a pad. Now, there's proper full controller support. They reworked the whole inventory and crafting setup for gamepad, real buttons for dropping and destroying items, the D-pad for splitting stacks. If a controller is what put you off, it's a different game now. And that matters, because it hits consoles in September. And remember that complaint about the RuneScape side being skin deep? They've been adding actual classic quests. Cook's Assistant, Black Knight's Fortress, Wanted, stuff longtime players will recognize. So it feels more like real RuneScape now, not just the name on a survival game. So where does that leave it? A year ago, it was a thin survival game with a RuneScape coat of paint. They've more than doubled the content since, and it shows. More places to go, 3 combat styles, co-op that works, classic quests, and a lot less friction day to day. The big thing it was missing, a reason to keep coming back, it mostly has that now. That said though, the full 1.0 release lands September 15th on consoles as well as PC, and it's bringing even more with it, including a new area called the Scorned Wilderness. So if you've held off this long, waiting a few more weeks to start fresh at full launch might be the smart move. But either way, the gap between launch and now is massive. They didn't coast through early access, they built the thing.